be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down. Let me down.
Hey guys, welcome to this new side series, Tales of the Insanity. In this series, we will be telling scary stories that happened in our personal lives, off of camera.
Viewer discretion advised
If you get really scared,
from stories. Which would be kind of sad, but you know.
please watch at your own.
You're scared of what you're scared of.
Yeah, please watch at your own. You know. I'll put a disclaimer in there or something. But we're each gonna tell 3 stories that we personally experienced. There'll be 6 in total in each episode. There will be future episodes because this guy has a lot of
Parenting
things. I only have like maybe 8 in total myself. I don't really have too many like things, but we're gonna get started with me. So the first ever real experience I ever had is, so if you guys don't know, I never told you and like the whole public, but in my house I actually have a haunted boy that was like, I guess came with this one bed that my Aunt Joanne, no not Aunt Joanne, Aunt Jenny brought to that, cousin Jenny,
yeah.
My cousin Jenny brought to the house. I guess the little boy, I don't know if you believe in ghosts or spirits, anything like that, that's you, but I personally do. But apparently this spirit or this little boy came with a bed, but we actually threw the bed out, but the little boy stayed in our house. So one night, no it wasn't at night, it was in the morning, it was me and my cousin on my bed in our back room. We were legit watching YouTube, and the next thing you know, all we hear is running footsteps down my hallway towards my room. My parents were working. No one was home. My brother was living somewhere else. There was no one home. So I legit got so scared, I legit grabbed a sticking like metal pole and was about to swing at someone. Next thing you know, all we hear is these footsteps. We look down the hallway, there's nothing there. We were all scared shitless. We were so stunned we couldn't move for like the next 5 minutes. After that I got the courage to move, so I called my mom. And she was like, oh, it's probably just the plumbing. I was like, yeah, okay, buddy. But that was it for that experience. Now this second story is almost the same thing. But this one's at night, by myself. My parents are in their room sleeping. I hear little girl noises outside of my window.
Sorry guys,
I'm already tripping.
Girl ghost.
I'm already tripping. Next thing you know, I hear running from the little boy down to the room again. I could not move, bro. I legit was like, could not move. Later that night, I actually got the courage to go to sleep. Well, in that dream, I was actually sleeping and dreaming about another dream. But then I woke up from the dream inside the dream. I woke up to like nothing, like no noises or anything. I just woke up. I just had like the sudden urge to look outside my window, and all I see is a little girl in a white dress with black hair over their eyes looking straight at me from my porch. Next thing you know, she vanishes. Then I hear my dad screaming for bloody murder. That stops automatically after 3 seconds. Next you know, I hear walking down my hallway to my room. My door opens. The little girl standing there looking straight at me. Does nothing. Next you know, I wake up in real life to my mom coming to my room to wake me up. Tell me that's not a coincidence. A little girl staring at me as soon as I woke up in real life to my mom waking me up. You tell me that doesn't have some type of connection. But my third story is, this was before all of that little boy stuff happened. I was over at my friend's house. This was when you were back at home, I think. You were still, like, you didn't move to his house yet. Remember when we were, like, still, like, friends with Paige and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, we would actually hang out. Well, you know there's two kids I made on Raymond Street, like, down, a couple houses down?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I made friends with them. And I was at their house until, like, I think it was like 8 or 7, and it was like pitch black. So it was time for me to go home. But when we walk outside, we see.
Are you seeing that? Like your screen literally just blurred for like a minute.
Yeah, I seen that.
Oh.
Oh hell no.
It's like that.
But as I was saying,
It's weird.
that was weird. But as I was saying, when we were walking outside, we looked towards the back for some odd reason.
It's like trying to focus on someone else's face.
Okay, can I continue the
Sorry.
story? Holy
Sorry.
shit. But as we were walking outside, we looked back for some reason towards the garage, and the garage door open was wide open. We distinctly remembered of closing that door. We legit closed it and locked it. Next thing you know, we go out and it's wide open. So we look in there, and well, we look in that direction, and we hear a noise coming from the garage. So we all flip out because we're like little. So we all flip out, going running back into the house. And I'm like, I need to get home, guys. My mom's gonna, like, you know, be mad at me and stuff. Why is it blurring up?
I don't know. Is the fire? Bring up the camera again.
No. I don't know.
That's not planned, guys.
I legit.
That's twice now.
That's 3 times actually.
3?
Isn't it 3? Or 2?
Might be 3.
Whatever.
I'll just try this.
But so I was like, guys, I need to go home. You know, my mom's gonna kill me. Well, not actually. So me being young and stupid, I got a Nerf gun to protect me. So as I started walking home, I thought I felt like I was being watched. As I was walking home, I was like towards my park, like on the way down to my street. I was towards my park. I look back and I legit, all I see is this black figure. No face, nothing, just a black figure. So I start freaking out. So I start running down my house. And before I get into my house, I look back again and he's right behind me. So I go in the house, I'm screaming for my mom, yo, there's someone out there, there's someone out there. My dad goes out there, nothing. He doesn't see anything. And I haven't seen that spirit or whatever ever since that day. But I don't know, it's crazy. And what's weird about it is, after that experience, the day later, I actually found a scratch on my neck.
Did you?
Yes.
Wow.
I legit found a scratch on my neck. They didn't have any dogs or animals or nothing. And this is when Bullseye died, and we didn't get stripes yet. I don't know how I got that scratch. But those are my stories. I have more coming in future episodes. But it's time for his stories.
You really want to hear my stories?
Yeah, good.
Okay. Long before my brother was even born, or even thought of, me and my family used to live in Hamilton, New Jersey. We lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, and it was a rainy day. Wasn't feeling good. So my cousin who lived in the apartment right next to us decided to watch me while my parents went to work. So, you know, it's a rainy day, can't go outside and have fun. And, you know, I'm like 6. There wasn't really much to do indoors. Video games were just now coming out. I didn't have much for the PlayStation 1, but, you know,
Well, 1 or 2 games probably.
I was an energetic kid. I didn't just sit inside and play video games all the time, like I do now. But, you know.
But you also work a lot. So.
Yeah, I do work a lot. But, you know. So we decided to get a whole bunch of blankets from my house, his apartment and my apartment, and all the chairs we can gather from both apartments. So we decided to build a maze in my room because the apartment we lived in was 2 master rooms and a bathroom. So, you know, I was a 6-year-old in this big room, you know, on a rainy day with my cousin, you know, alright? So we decided to build like a maze out of chairs and blankets. So, you know, we built it and we were playing around in it, you know, playing hide and seek and whatnot. And then we got hungry, so we went to go get some bags of chips, and we sat next to a dresser that my parents had bought at an antique show for me. So we were sitting next to the dresser, and I kid you not, these were older dressers, so they didn't have the back panels to where you could push out the drawers. It was just solid wood, and the drawers just pulled out. Like solid wood, it was made as a whole, not like the ones today where it's a back panel that you nail in. Alright, so we're just sitting there eating chips and whatnot, you know, looking at our Pokemon cards and everything. And next thing you know, the drawer opens up by itself. So I was like, alright, my cousin David's playing a joke on me. Well, you know, he wasn't, because he's like, that wasn't me, watch. I'll move to the other side of you while you stay there in the middle where you're at. So we did that, and the drawer, all 3 drawers came out, flying out across the room. Kid you not. So we were scared at the point, so we went over to his apartment, and, you know, the maze was left normal. We you know, we didn't touch it, we were too scared. We went over to his apartment because it was just creepy. You know, we were little at the time. Well, he was like in his teens, and I was, you know, little. So we went over to his apartment, played some Sega Genesis, and, you know, all that stuff. So we go back after we calm down a bit, go back to see how our maze is doing, and the chairs were flipped on their side, the blankets were thrown all around the room, and everything. And I kid you not, I am not telling a lie. This legit happened. Yeah, take control of that, just in case it expires. But anyways, so hold on, guys, we have to do something.
You should all play. Keep going.
Alright, anyways, so at this point we were just freaking out, and we told my parents about it, and my parents were like, oh, it's just your imagination, you guys just made a mess, didn't want to get in trouble, so they came up with this whole thing about, oh, something threw everything everywhere. Alright, so, you know, we went on with our days, got past it, continued on. Now, not even a couple weeks later, my godbrother had slept over. Alright, so it was about late, it was late, so we both went to bed, and I was woken up by my godbrother screaming. He was in the closet. There was a closet, a walk-in closet, double door, had a shelf on top, like a wooden shelf that went all the way to the back for like extra storage, for like if you want to put an extra bed in there or something. It was really old-fashioned. It was like unnecessary big for a room. Alright, so, you know, my dad comes running in the room to see what's going on, and he found my godbrother in the closet freaking out. My godbrother was known for sleepwalking, okay? So, you know, he snapped back, went back to bed, and everything. So we woke up the very next day, and we were playing around, going on about our days. You know, my family were on the deck, because there was a deck, and there was a back door that led to a deck that had a flight of stairs that went all the way down to the ground. So it was a pretty high deck, you know. So we were all hanging back there, talking, oh no, messing around, you know, just being goofy and just chilling. Alright. So then we hear banging in my room, like if my godbrother were in the closet again, banging on the door, wanting to get out. Alright. Now, I kid you not, everybody from my aunt's apartment and my apartment were out on the deck, because because we were having a small barbecue. You know, like I said, chilling and messing around. All right, so nobody was in the houses because back then you had to be outside. The family event, there was no, oh, I'm gonna sit inside, blah blah blah. No, we had to be outside. All right. So we all ran into the room, and this bang was aggressive. Boom, 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 boom. Like aggressive as frig. All right. So my dad's looking and seeing maybe one of my cousins snuck off, wanted to play a prank, because since the shelf that I told that's so long to the back wall, that's thick wood, can support somebody's body if someone wanted to hide up there and, you know, make a prank. So my dad looked up. There was nothing there. He looked around the room, the house, and everything. Nobody was there. Everybody was together. We were all outside enjoying ourselves, and then we heard this banging. So, you know, all right, weird. My dad was starting to be like, okay, I don't understand this. So then he went to go shut the door again, and it bang, 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 bang. We heard it again. So my parents decide to call a priest into the house to bless the house and make sure there was no evil presence or evil spirits in the house. Alright, that's that story. Now for my third story, something from this day on I cannot explain. I was even evaluated, mentally tested, and I don't have schizophrenia or no mental problems. Alright, one night, my dad used to bring home a bag full of dozen donuts from work. His job used to give out bags of donuts, just for the hell of it, you know. Yeah, I'm a little kid. I love donuts. One night I got up, snuck into the kitchen to steal a donut. So, you know, I grabbed the donut, walked back to my room, and how my bed was set up was catty-cornered. So there was a gap behind my bed for where my head was laying. There was no headboard. So I, you know, laid back a bit too far, fell behind my bed, and, you know, I was upset. I was young, so my parents were like, oh, you know, we gotta make sure you don't have a concussion and all this stuff, so you're gonna sleep in the room with us tonight. So, you know, I go in my parents' room, I fall asleep, and I'm waking up by a noise, a ruffling noise, like, oops. Sorry about that, guys. I blew out the candle by accident. It was like, it sounded like something dragging its feet, like hunched over, like boom, boom, boom. So I woke up and I see this hunched figure that looks hairy as fuck cross the end of my parents' bed to the right side. So, you know, I'm like, oh, I'm imagining it. So I, you know, what a natural kid does is hide under a blanket. Alright. Ooh. This story always gets me. Alright. So, yes, because I'm going to have to show him something. So, you know, I told my mom about it. She's like, you're fine. You're probably just delusional because you're tired and you hit your head and all this stuff. Honestly, I was feeling fine from what I can remember. Didn't have a concussion. I was breathing fine. I had no signs of it. My pupils weren't dilated or nothing. Because when you have a concussion, your pupils can be dilated as a side effect. But, you know, I was fine. So, went back to bed. I heard it again. Now it's huffing and puffing. It's like, alright, so I hear it again, and then my arm gets grabbed. Something pulls me over my mom. My mom's freaking out. She senses something there, and she's freaking out. So then she took me to the bathroom to see if I was okay, and I had a mark on my arm. Now, if you could zoom in, yeah, I don't think they'll be able to see that. Oh, yeah, we have to bring the camera. You see the scar there?
No, can't.
You can't see the scar?
Bring the light a little bit down. More. Right there.
Yeah. See, and I had that scar on me right when that happened. And it's been with me since and hasn't fully healed. From this day on, I still don't know what that was. I question it every day. And some people will think I'm crazy. Because, you know, there are people out there like, oh, supernatural this, supernatural that, oh, it's fake, it's not real, all this stuff. Well, let me tell you a fun fact that I found out about. I read that there was a scientist who wanted to see if the human body had any kind of spirit in them when they died. So they had a guy who was on his deathbed. So they asked him if he would participate in an experiment, you know, as a service to the college. He's like, all right. So what they did is they laid him on the bed while he was laid him on his bed. So when the time came, because I think it was like, no, they asked his relatives because he was on life support, and they were going to pull the plug. Yeah, they were going to pull the plug. So they agreed to, you know, because this guy was, you know, he liked science. He was a science guy. So he's like, you know, I guess they figured that he would agree to it as a last going out discovery thing, you know, a last blowout before you move on. So when he died, not even 5 seconds after he died, they had his body on a weigher that you can weigh bodies on. So they had him laying on that, and his weight was showing. And the moment he died, 5 seconds later, 1 pound came off. 1 pound came off. So the scientists believe that was a sign that the humans do possess a spirit. And some spirits are tied to this earth and stuck because they haven't fulfilled their destiny or their fate, and their life was taken from them, or they didn't get to complete what they wanted to complete. But that's a different topic for a different day. The point is,
There's bad ones and there's good ones.
yes, if you're not a believer, okay.
Then
If you are, cool, hit me up. But I would tell you another story, but we both agreed to 3 stories apiece, and I want to save some for later. So
future episodes.
Future episodes.
So
So
that's gonna be it for this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of Tales of the Insanity. There might be another episode within a couple of days, maybe. This way, it's like the stories are fresh in our mind. We can get them. You good?
oh yeah, I'm fine. Are you good? Because if you're not good, I'm not good. But if you're good, I'm good. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Bye bye. Until next time on